This is complete politics with Chukwuma Okoro.
73 over 109. And a lot of Nigerians believe that the Senate is very pliable, very amenable under the terms of the president, under the terms of the executive, even when they didn't have majority, when the ruling party didn't have majority in the Senate. Now that they have the majority in the Senate, what kind of National Assembly, what kind of Senate do you see, playing out ahead of 2027?
A Senate that has demystified, or the National Assembly that will, demystify the theory of Baron Stanley Montesquieu.
Which is?
That is the three arms of government and how they have to operate independent of each other. Now, this Baron Stanley Montesquieu also propounded, he foresaw, it's like he saw this happening, or he saw a nation called Nigeria, that this is going to happen. He said that there will be fusion of powers.
Okay.
And that when you have fusion of powers, where the executive, the legislature, and the judicature operate in one sync, then there is going to better be anomy or anarchy.
Okay.
And two, that it then means that there's no government.
Okay.
What is there now is that there's no one to check the other. Then it means that the man who has control over these other two arms cannot use those other two arms to, deal with the masses,
So
or deal with this.
Does that look like a dictatorship?
That is what it means. In a dictatorship, the House of Assembly or legislature, koto, you understand, they genuflect before the executive, man. The judiciary also, koto. So he controls everything, just like Abacha era. He tells that the courts might start to say, okay, CJ has been taken away. He changes that man, and they always go and take permission from him to do whatever he wants to do. So when fusion of power happens, there's bound to be, dictatorship. We might not have the kind of, fierce and atavistic, military dictatorship that we have. We may have a civil dictatorship. And what does that mean? Because when the two relevant organs or executive arms, the other arms of government have lost relevance, and they are now beginning to act, wearing pampers, etc., as case may be, then now becomes that the executive and who is controlling, we control them. Because, it's like the piper, he who pays dictates the tune. So we are going to have a very weak, in my own opinion, except they prove me wrong, we are going to have a very weak National Assembly.
We are going to have.
I believe so.
How strong is the National Assembly?
That is, I'm just trying to, right now, if it was weak, because it's going to be weaker or weakest, as the case may be. I am not saying that the National Assembly and the executive must be a dagger drawn, no. But what I'm saying is that there should be oversight function. But in this situation, I doubt if the NAS can carry out oversight functions of the president and presidency. If, for instance, the national anthem was changed without the inputs of people, then you can see what has happened. So what is going to happen now is that we have one government fused in one capsule. And that particular, fused capsule is the one controlled by the executive arm of government.
Okay.
And that shouldn't be the situation.
Barrister,